Alrighty, Doc here from North America. Wow, all right. There's Giannis. How about that MVDA? I was just looking at Kathy Wood's ARC thing, and she's down to over 75%. Mountain West, where you been hiding? Just waiting for the next tennis match, I'd assume. Let's see, what do we got coming up? The U.S. Open soon now, right? I want Doc to look at Tesla, Google, AMD, Apple, and Nike. Cool, let's take a look at those. Right off the bat, I like that. Let's see. But today we got Jerome Powell. Yeah, I know. That was my title yesterday. Beware of Jackson Hole, basically. Last year, he crashed the darn market. Yeah, I know. I saw some people make a buck shorting the indices on the speech. Yeah, they knew ahead of time. He always does that stuff, Well, there's the dollar index. And that's the weekly. Let's just go get rid of that out of the way. There's just the dollar. Let's see what the dollar's doing. And then we're going to go over to, let me open up those stocks at the same time. Open, let's see, where is it at? Right there. And you can see on all three, you got the dollar index in a buy here. Let's see, what do we got here numbers-wise? Let's see, click to join the live stream. 420 platform has been downloaded. Okay, dismiss. There we are. And so you can see the dollar just lifting again, as we've been saying. That 103.50 area that we were, saying between that and 104. Well, it's here. It made it. I forget who asked for that. Was it you, Mountain? Someone asked. Maybe it was. Who was it? Was it you or someone else asked about the idea of getting the dollar index when it was at like 101 and a half. I said it looks like it's trying to get up to the 103 and a half area. Ta-da! It's there. All right, now let's slide over to, let's see what Janos's list is again there. Recovering in the recent drop. Oh, okay. Tesla is supposedly overbought. Google has crashed through some support lines. AMD continues down. Yeah, I noticed that. The AMD wasn't overperforming at all to begin with, and it did a great bounce. I mean, the buyers thought, AMD. All right, let's go take a look at Tesla. Let's start off with Tesla. We're going to leave the dollar index right there for the time being, like that. And let's get Tesla up there. Here's Tesla. There's two Teslas. This is the option one. This is interesting. I've been watching this too. Pushed into a sell a couple days ago. And then that's trading at like $14 a share. You can see it right there in the $14 area. It's a Tesla ETF option fund, which is really interesting. Now let's find Tesla itself. I know I have it on here. I thought I had it on here. Maybe it's up at the top or something like that. Tesla. All right, we'll load that. While we're loading that, let's go over to Chicago Quant here, and let's put in Tesla right there. I closed in a sell, and you can see the pressure's on it again today. We're still in that weekly sell. The pressure has been on. Let's see, what else can we hunt? Let's put it over here, too, at the same time on our new platform. Like I said, I've been following the... cancel. I've been following the... what do you call it? The Tesla option. Percentage-wise, it moves better as far as I'm concerned. It's an ETF fund. Let's see. TSLA. Is that Tesla? Yeah. TSLA. All right, here we go. And save. Now, let's go over to here. We'll put it up on there, too, at the same time. And there we are, down to there. There is the stock on the platform, also at the same time. Right there. You can see that pressure that's on it. And again, in that long weekly sell, the fast and the slow together fell in right at this point. You can see here they both joined in. And at the time, Tesla was trading at the 255, 260 area, and it fell all the way down to 212. So it caught this nice little slide. We went in and out of sells and buys and all kinds of things. So you take the sells. There was a sell you lost. The first one was okay, but it really drags its feet. Then this one, I guess, with the red and green, it wasn't a red-green before that. Obviously, it worked out okay, and this one worked out okay, and this one should work out okay. Now, Tesla, we've seen this product go from like 300, is it? Yeah, right there. 300 on this July 19th. 299.29. Just barely trying to touch the 300, and now it's found its way to get down. I'd imagine what I've heard so far says to me that let me get the chat line back up. Where's that mouse at? There it is. Okay, so Yano says I saw Buck shorting the indices on that speech. Yes, Tesla is supposedly overbought. To me, Tesla's always overbought. People, funds hold on to Tesla. Let me give you this is the way I see Tesla. I see it the way Ford Motor Company is. And that just happens to be another car company. But Ford Motor Company, all its voting stock basically is controlled by the family. So when you try to trade Ford in the public market, you're really buying a stock that just represents the company itself. That's why it's at $11, $12 a share. Now, it's a bigger car company than Tesla, but Tesla is trading at enormously more money, equity wise, cap weighted, and Tesla, they're buying. They buy into the car company to be involved in all his projects, because you can't buy into his rocket ship company, and his rocket ship company makes money, and it seems to be, in many ways, the investors that get into the car are buying to show him that a lot of them probably own like 6%, and he knows it. And so the stock itself is held up. Now, it vacillates dramatically. It goes up and down. And, are they really turning a profit? It's kind of, I don't think it's turned a profit. It's just, it has a big cash flow. I think that's all it comes down to. And he backs it up. All right, so that's Tesla. And to me, that's a natural thing for it to go up and down like that, and you can see a lot of noise in here where we got into, for a little while, right in here where they didn't want to break down in the 260, 270 area. It finally did. But that weekly sell is telling us to only play the sell side, not the long side. All right, now let's go over to Nike. And we're going to put Nike on this one too. Where's the mouse again? There's the mouse. Mouse. Do 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 do. All right, add. There we are. Let's put Nike in there. I haven't followed Nike in a while. NKE. It was a very exciting stock at one time. Probably still is. And then it. I guess the slave things, that's probably why I don't pay attention to it, because they use slaves in certain countries to manufacture. So I kind of don't pay attention to that. In other words, I don't reach out to companies that are using slaves as on a production line. Now, right. There it is. There's Nike. Let's put it right there so you can see it. Nike is trying to go back into the daily sell. It's been in a weekly sell for 3 solid weeks here. So from this topping pattern up in the 110 area, 111 area, 112 area basically, it's been in a weekly sell throughout that whole adventure. and the fast has been in a weekly sell 5 weeks back. So somewhere's back in here it was in a weekly sell. The slow joined in here, and the product fell from the 112 area. I want to say, is that what? Oh, let's see what that is. That is 112 basically, 111 and change. So let's just say the 111 area. The 111 area. So you can see that pressure's on it. It's trading now at what? Where is that at? Let's see where that's at. It's trading at 97.5. So, and let's put it up over here. Let's see, right. Not that one. All right, let's activate that and go like that. Copy. Paste. All right, now let's slide that in there. Nike. Let's see what the Nike's up to. Instrument NKE. NK. Nope, don't have it. So let's add it. Look up. All right, we're getting there. NKE. Didn't I add it? I thought I added it. NKE. It's coming through. All right, there we are. Okay, there we go. Let's go over to here now. You can see there, it's up a little bit higher today. Where'd it go? It went into the sell. Back. Okay, so we move these out of the way. Oh, went into the buy yesterday. Okay. There we are. There we are. So this was the first sale with it in the weekly sell here. So that was a pretty good winner from the 105 area down to the 96, 97 area. Okay. So there's the Nike. Let's see what it's been doing. Slowly leaking with China, right? And you can see the topping out of the market. And, it fell from the 128, 130 area down to now it's breaking the century mark. I guess it's going the way of China. That seems to be pretty obvious. China is really in bad shape. So, let's see. Yano says last year Tesla's overbought and it's crashed through. Let's see. Some talk about Nike recovering after recent drop, mostly last 12-hour Twitter talk. I have discovered their underwear to be best for hiking, but they really should do something with the Jordans being made by basically slaves. Yes, exactly. Two top guys suggest that it could go above 100 during the next 2 weeks. Well, let's see. Right now, I guess what we do is we watch the math. Right now, the weekly is definitely buried down. It's challenging. Hasn't taken out this low here, which is interesting. Price-wise, it has right there. Price-wise, that was like the 106.7 area, and the algorithm went down and made nice big lows. What was that? October didn't take out the October lows. These are higher lows. Let's see if we can get back further even. There was a lot of lows in there out of this whole slide from the 179. I guess it aligns with the China market. Let's go over to Dukascopy. We can put the China market up there. Because a lot of this will correlate with the China market in many ways. There it is right there. Yeah, you can see that big topping out there. Let's see if we go up. Like that. So you can see that big topping out going in from the first quarter of 22. And the China market up in the 14s, and now it's down in the 12s. So it's lost about 25%. I guess it's just like the rest of the world markets. Everything's based off of China manufacturing, and without the United States buying those products, China is having a major financial problem. So I would say, Nike right now doesn't show any real strength. The daily, let's just scroll back over again. Seems like another waterfall there. I guess we need, it closed in a daily buy yesterday and a weekly sell. This is not looking very positive. They're just probably trying to talk their book, get it up a little bit so they can sell a little bit more inventory out, that type of thing. We'll watch and see. But it's in the weekly sell for a couple weeks, and every time it goes into a weekly sell, it stays down in that for a while and has problems. In this case here, went into the weekly sell on the 125 area, and the product found a way down to the 115 area. Almost a 10% drop. So every time it goes into a weekly sell, like it did here in the 120s area, low 120s, it found a way to get down to 115 again, and then it lifted into a buy. It went up about 8 points or something like that, 6 points, and now this last sell-off is really punishing. It really was a dip from almost the 130 area down to the century mark, and now you can see we are, let's widen that out more. There we go. You can see right there, it's pretty deep down. We need to see this thing start to curve, maybe next week. I don't know if we're going to see any real buying today. I guess there could be if he says something that would excite the markets, but like I said yesterday, watch out, Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is... they're all chatting and trying to figure ways to make more money. They say now Biden might be up over 100 million. They basically they can prove 51 million now, but they haven't released those numbers yet. It's not public yet. So, but Biden, they say it's well beyond 50 million. He's taken in as corrupt. He's the most corrupt president we've ever had in history. And that's why there are 4 indictments now on him, right? New York, Georgia, Washington, D.C., and Florida. Joe Biden must be being indicted somewhere along the line in there, I guess. They keep on putting Trump's picture in there, but I don't understand it. There's no audit trail that does that. So it's got to be Joe Biden. They're just the media is just playing games. He is documented now as the most criminal president in history. Amazing. And they keep on putting Trump's picture up there, I guess. He's the sheriff. He's going to come in and clean the mess up. That's what it probably is. All right, now from Nike, where do we go? I saw that list you had there. Where's it at? Tesla, Google. Let's see what Google's doing. Let's see, we have Google. Let's see, we don't have to go there. We can close. Let's see, let's just... what do we do here? Just put Google in here. I think we were going to do a daily sell yesterday, didn't it? There's Google. Or is that Google E? No, it's Google. There it is. And let's put that in there. there. Went into the weekly sell last week. Now it's trying to climb back into the weekly buy. They pushed it into a sell yesterday. Let's see. I guess we can move that over, can't we? There's your buy right there. And now yesterday they put it into a sell. Let's grab one of these cells right there. And that sell's good. Let's move that buy over to there. And let's move that buy right there. That sell right there. That buy. Let's see if we can grab another buy. There it is. Let's grab that buy. Went into the buy there. And went into the sell. Let's grab this sell. That's the sell there. All right, so that sell. Let's see. Right there's the sell right there. And then it tried to climb back into the buy again. Let's grab another buy. Right there. Right there. Went into a buy and went right back into a sell. That was a loss. Let's see. That was a win. Let's see. Don't really watch it. I have it on our sheet, but I don't really watch it that much. There's the buy right there again. Yeah. Let's put a new one in there. Okay. Buy, sell, buy, sell. Still in a buy here. Really choppy, you know. Google, you know, they say, you know, one of the things they say about Google, more than anything else, saying big bucks shorting the indices on speech. Let's see. Tesla is supposedly overbought. Google has, let's see. Tesla is supposedly overbought. Google down together with Apple and could crash if dollar goes up. And some talk about Nike recovering after drop, mostly to 12. I have discovered there is underwear. Okay, but they were Jordans being made. Two top guys. Okay, so this particular stock, I understand, is battling the AI. In other words, they're concerned. You can see when we show you where it's at, it's plateaued, and it's, you know, it seems to be topping out in here from the highs in the 140s, 150s. But there is talk that they feel Google's going to lose because of the AI. And that's probably why we see a lot of choppiness and a lot of sloppiness from it. As far as Wall Street's concerned, that's the number one loser from AI and chatbots and all that other stuff is this particular stock, Google. The weekly buy was nothing impressive whatsoever. It went nowhere. You got little wins out of it, but nothing major. It's really a sloppy product at the moment. What else can we say about the Google? I guess that's about it. What was the other ones? Oh, let's look at NVDA right there. And went into the sell yesterday. It's a little bit lower today. But look at that. NVDA is flirting with the weekly buy again. So that's kind of a positive thing. I'd imagine, you know, they get past the Jackson Hole. There seems to be this really attitude of that this is the time to start buying in this weakness. I mean, we will be in September by the end of next week. So that will automatically put us into you know the fall. In the sense of mentally in the fall. I mean, summer started in late June, June 21st. July 21st, August 21st. We're basically through 2 full months. Only have 1 month left of summer. And so money, they keep on saying, these money managers, everywhere I turn, they're talking about, taking the risk and buying now. So that's what happened on yesterday with the NVDA and AMD. They felt the pressure. Profit takers took profits. All right, now let's take a look at AMD. Right there, same situation. They sold it down. The pressure's on. We're in a weekly sell here. It was a nice pop in a weekly sell. That's what it really comes down to. I would say that the pressure is on all these products, and I guess the news today will help a little bit. Everybody's waiting for his posture. What is he going to say? He is going to say, has my tea. He's going to say something stupid, I'm sure. All right. Did I do all the stocks? I think I got all the stocks, right? Oh, Apple. No. Did you ask for Apple? Let's go take a look at Apple. Apple, I think, stayed in the daily buy. Let's go find it. Apple Dapple. Now let's open up Apple. And did you say coin? Oh, I didn't think you said coin. And that's Netflix. There's Apple. And you can see it's trying to get into a sell today from the action. And we're still in that weekly sell for 4 weeks now. Doesn't look like it's, you can see the fast has moved up to the minus side of the manifold. That's about it. A lot more work to do. It was one long sell. And then, we, finally got into a buy a few days ago for the excitement of NVDA. I guess if nothing else, the NVDA earnings give confidence to investors on the tech side that tech is not falling apart. I think that's what it really comes down to. All right, let's see what Yana says. Yana says, and some talk about, okay. Let's see. Apple, Apple, yeah, get that too. The theory I read today, it could go down to 164 if it not suddenly recovering to the 180, 82 area. Well, it's in that weekly sell. I mean, we were like 26 weeks in a weekly buy. So we're, it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next 2 weeks if we start to get back into a weekly buy. We'll look at it again on Monday. That it's this right here. Where's that mouse at? This right here, it looks more like a dead cat bounce. That right there. And that dead cat bounce was the NVDA. Everybody knew NVDA. A lot of people knew. The options knew. NVDA was going to be a really great number, and it was. Money came in, bought it. Now they're going to dollar cost average as it falls down. But maybe those who didn't have a position or that big a position have a much bigger position now, and they will, keep on chasing after it. When it comes to that Fibonacci thing, we can look at that. Let's do that, because that's what you're really probably hearing is that 60. Well, let's look at Apple in general. Where's that mouse at? There we go. All right, so last time that top right there in the 170s, right? 173, low of 170, 160. So I'd imagine that's why that bounced off of the 176. Oh no, wait a minute. Right there. That high right there That's the 160s, okay. And that's the 170s, okay. So they're probably thinking this right here, and it's already done it. And if you go and do the Fibonacci to this thing, $169.55 is a 50% retracement. No, I'm sorry, it's a 3/8. The 50% retracement is 160.88. And what numbers did you say between 160 and 162? Down to one. Oh, the theory it could go down at 164, if not suddenly recover. Let's see. Yeah, I would think that that's what they're looking at is the Fibonacci sequence at this point, and it seems to function pretty well following it. Uh-oh. Apple warns against sleeping with charging phone. Oh. Yeah, so there's a little Apple news out there this morning about charging phones near you when you're asleep. Interesting. All right. I hope that answered all your Apple. So I would say basically is, we'll see what they do when they get it. They may come down and challenge this 50 percentile, your 160. Hesitate up in here for a while and then find a break down to it. We get into a weekly buy and it starts to lift up. And that's what's really nice about our math is that when you play with one of these, like here, you see where it was resisting this and it turns around and goes and is trying to go into the sell today from it. As I say up on my LinkedIn, before there was a Fibonacci sequence, there was a shape and value of time, my formula. So it's definitely ahead of what's going on usually. 8.5 out of 10 times it's ahead of the curve. All right, sort of appears to be reversing down. Yeah, I the way I'm looking at it, let me just widen that out again for you. The way I'm looking at it is that they'll probably hesitate in here a little bit now. Try to build it. This is like a reverse head and shoulders right there. They'll probably zigzag in here, bouncing between the 80s and the the mid 75, 76 area. Shake up some of the longs. It'll be it's awful hard to want to sell the product. They actually make money. They pay a dividend. That's a good reason to want to own the stock right there. Not counting it's the largest capitalized stock on the planet. It's where the money is. Money, money, money. All right. From there, I guess we're done the stocks. But Giannis, if you have another one, shout it out. We'll go chase it. I'm going to go back to the currencies now and take a look at the what is it? Take a look at the let's put it up over here. Here's the euro. And they're putting pressure on it again today, just like we see the dollar index cleanly through the 103.50, challenging the 104 today. And that's where we were looking for it to move up to this height up in here and hang out. I thought, they broke the century mark. We got that. We were in the 102s, and we saw that definitely it was breaking down. And we said, then we were in a weekly now and a daily sell. It was going to be a nice, easy, I want to call it easy, but it was a very predictable sell-off coming. And we thought it would break the century mark finally, and it did. It broke the century mark. So, from there, where do we go from there? Oh, we're in the euro, so let's take a look at the euro. Let's close that. I'm going to save that too. Save workspace. Close it. All right, so there it is right there. This is let's move that over. There's the euro. You can see it's in a sell for a few days here on the fourth day now. It's in a weekly sell from basically the 110 area, and we are just playing around with that 108. Same thing over here on J4X. You see the same thing, just hanging out the 108. The fast is at 26. The slow is at 27. That pressure is still on it. As much as it's at the bottom end of the range, it is still on it. Ooh, what happened there? There we are. Let's see. Yana says, sorry, appears reversing. Nothing comes to mind now. Strange that nobody else asks. Must be enjoying last days of summer. Yeah, I hear you. You know, it's interesting when I say something and it's been quiet and quiet and quiet, and I know that I'm stirring a pot. Making saying something a little bit more provocative. How someone will jump out and say something. It seems like we have a lot more viewers than what we can see. It does seem like that. And it's interesting to see how many come back and watch it a second time. All right. And then from there, let's take a look at the cable. And there's cable right there. And you see cable's in the same situation. Three full days. Now we're in the fourth. And we're in the weekly sell. And it's not exactly, freaked out about the whole event. It seems to be just comfortable, right where it's at. Now let's look at it on the other platform. Right there. And at the same time, let's put it up on J4X. Right there. That pressure is still on it. 26 versus 39. There's a lot more pressure on that. The slow stochastic is dogged. Yeah, we have approximately 10 live at it utmost, but then get around 50 views by next day. I know it's interesting. It is interesting. People were able to sign in on some level and see. You would think some of these people would want to beta test the platform. We will. We've. We got the. Oh, let's put it up over there. Here's the. There's the. What do you call that? Here's our interactive platform that we're writing code. We got the code running pretty good here now. So we just need. We're going to start modifying these things and taking opinions and let people use it for a couple months and see if it makes any sense. But at this point in time, it's an interactive doc chart. So I mean, it's really good. It's our algorithm, and you can access it throughout the day and see how it's changing one way or the other. What else can we say about any of that? I guess that is what it is on the cable. Now from the cable we go over to the Swiss. Let's see what the Swiss is up to. Right there. Swiss went into the daily buy again yesterday. Like the Canadian dollar doesn't let go. I'm not sure what the malfunction is there, but one thing for sure, they're selling it. They don't want to own it. Look at that. Yeah, it went into the daily buy there after just one day in a sell, and we're in a weekly buy, so you could never take the short to begin with. And so now you're making your chicken dinner because you're winning. Because if you bought it on the buy signal yesterday at 88.45, our high today now is 88.69. So it's 24 pips. And it's holding up pretty well in here. And that weekly doesn't look like it wants to go anywhere. Matter of fact, the fast is literally hugging the top manifold here. Let's see if we can just fix that so you can see it better. Let's make it thicker too. There we are. You can see it's hugging the manifold on the plus side. And that is the Swiss. And the Swiss is not doing anything too bad. I'm not upset about the action in it. It's not surprising us in any way. The only ones that really have surprised us over the last couple months is the yen and who else in there? The dollar index. I 3 months ago I thought, okay, when they broke that century mark, I thought, okay, we'll work on the low side, but they've stopped. Same thing with the yen. When they got down to 128, I thought they'd stop it at like 133, 135 in that area, die and roll over again. It's not doing it. Here we are at the 146 area. Let's put it up on here. right there. Yeah, 145.95 with a high today of 146.25. And the warning light, I guess you could say, or the concern light. To be concerned, you can see that there. It tried to close in a daily buy yesterday, but it had a red and a green. But it's going to have no problem closing in that buy again today. It's there already. So there's the. Oops, let's move that over. That's the sell. And now, it's in a buy, so you could not take the shorts anyway. So, it doesn't matter about that. You're not losing anything because you can't take them because we're in a weekly buy. And now it's shoving itself into the weekly buy, and it's probably going to be a lot of work to get between 146 and 151. I think it's going to stall out and miss the 40-year high and roll over. That is the battle that's going on now. So anyhow, from there, that was the last sip of my tea. It's empty. No. Okay. So from there, we go over to the Turkish lira, which, wow, they really put a punch into that yesterday. What story is he telling today? That's the bigger question. It's coming back from yesterday's gains. Look at that. They took whatever the government decided they were going to do. The high was it was 29.75, and it traded down to 27.40. And we're underneath the weekly. We've been in a weekly sell, so the weekly sell smelled that out, and we got the smash. So now, what do we have here now? So now it's making a dead cat bounce back up. Probably people are starting to think about what they promised. Turkey promises things, and then they don't come through. Like the free puts that took the currency down 50%, and then found more all-time highs again. That was a real exciting thing going into last December, going into January. So at this point, let's put it up on J4X. At this point, there we go. And that see, J4X was in that sell for a couple days. It's the second or third day. I think we're the same way, are we? What'd that do? No, we were on the edge, but not. Only one of the three were in sells. Okay. So, one thing's for sure, we weren't long. That's a good thing. I don't have much more to say about the Turkish lira because the deal, whatever they agreed to economically on the Turkish lira, I'm not seeing it. Let me see if there's a story I can read. Did you see a story, Janos? You said there was some economic news out. You see, Turkish lira. Let's see. Turkey shocks with big rate hike. Oh, is that what it was? They boosted their interest rate to 25%. Where was it coming from? No one seems to even care. Let's see, where was it coming from? So it was coming from 17.5%. All right. So, well, Russia had to do the same thing. They jacked theirs up to 12.5%. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing too. Spending a lot of money on a Navy exercise. And live utmost, but then get around 50 views by next. Okay, they spent a bunch of money on exercise, and yeah, I hear you. Well, that's a big thing. Increasing interest rates to 25%. So someone can buy some Turkish lira. There are options, but they're outrageous. There must be someone trading options that you can trade with, bank-wise, over the counters. I'm sure someone's doing it. because someone's parked in that stuff, so they might as well sell a call. That's for sure. Might as well take the premium and get exercised out and get more money again. What else do we have left here? I guess that's about it. Now, what we do is we go over to South African Rand. We don't follow the Mexican peso as closely now since they're not a brick. And they actually said, no thank you, I don't want to be a brick. And they invited like Saudi Arabia to join, and Iran, what a hoot. Saudi Arabia said already they're going to use every currency they can always to sell it, but they're going to still price it with a dollar. They're not going to price it with a brick. So the bricks are fooling themselves. They needed to capture the. They really needed to capture that. The Mexican peso. They needed to convince them to join because they needed a solid currency in that block, and they don't have it. Let's see. It's like the broken toys joined together. It's like the weakest currencies in the world joined together to try to challenge the dollar. You need the strongest currencies in the world to join together to challenge the dollar, not the weakest. I mean, who wants to own junk that is not exercisable? I mean, especially China. I'm the biggest concern I have is that they'll have the ruble situation occur. So one day, ruble's 4 to the dollar, and then all of a sudden it's 9 to the dollar after the breakdown of the CCCP, and then you have somewhere's around move to the 13s over a 5-6 month period, and here we are today. Let's just show you where we are today in this product. After all those years, they have not figured out how to clean their act up. Let's see, where is it at? Where's that mouse at? There it is. Come on, mouse. There it is. And let's get the rub in there. Where's the rub? Rub right there. And so it's trying to pick up a little bit, move back up. It went down to the 80s. No, was it the 80s? No. There it is. It's only gone down into the 90s. And it seems to be trying to climb back up again. It's still in that weekly sell for 3 weeks now. Since back here it's been in a weekly sell. And it found a way to go up and then go down and the whole bit, Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. When they're trying to build... I've been hiding, licking my wounds. Oh no, what did you do now? I think, didn't you load up on S&Ps or something like that for a while? We kept on telling you we're in a weekly sell. Don't fight the tape. Do not fight the tape. In this case here, the tape is our weeklies and dailies. If it's something in a weekly sell, you better be in and out. If you're going to fade the weekly, get in and get out. Get in and get out, Do not, I repeat, do not put yourself in a situation where you are going to wait for it to turn. All right. Where are we at here? Okay, we got about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's go to the South African Rand. Now that's the king of bricks. Ugh. And that country's all upside down. Here's the number one brick now, right here. There it is. And it's trying to pop up again. That's the daily. Let's put it up over here. There it is. When it tried to pop up into a buy, but it hasn't succeeded too well. Still selling off. We're in a weekly buy. That's not good. And then we go over to the gold market right here. There's gold. It's just been sideways the last couple of days. It's lifted with that action in the South African Rand right there. On a weekly basis, but not on a daily basis. Let's see what silver looks like. That's obviously disturbing, the fact that they can't get it to go. Now I saw platinum flirting with the weekly buy today. So you can see here silver's been holding up nice. It seems like they're buying the ancillaries, the weaker of things. So at one point we saw copper going up. I think it's still in the buy, yeah. Tried to go into a sell last night and failed at it. You can see here it's holding up. And we're really in that situation now where it doesn't want to let go. It really doesn't want to let go. And they just cannot, they can't get the gold to go up, up, up and away when we all know it should go up, up and away. I understand there's a $1 trillion bond auction coming around the corner. $1 trillion worth of U.S. bonds over next 3 weeks or something like that combined together. And the story is that the Fed is not going to be buying. It's like, yeah, right. What a hoax. That's hokey as all get out. I've been hiding, licking my wounds. West S&P today. Yeah, here's the S&P today. Why don't you tune into the talk to Robin and get the interactive so you at least can see it. You see the platform right here? Here's where's it at? There's the S&P 500. It's trying to turn up. We're flirting with it today. It went into the sell yesterday. We're in the weekly sell here. It's not anything too pretty. When we look at the SPY, I think we have the SPY. Let's put the SPY up there. I think the SPY is 3 weeks in it. Let's see if we can find that. Here it comes. There's the SPY. Same situation coming down. And then let's put here it is right there. This way, you could look at the SPY, you could look at the S&Ps, you get a better feel what's going on. Let's see, home. There's the S&Ps right there. This is our interactive system. You see it's trying to make a little bounce. It hasn't bounced up yet. We'll see how that looks after the open. And that's 3 weeks in a sell right there on the it's even a week ahead. And then let's put it up on J4X. Right there. Let's put the weekly in there. Yeah, that's 3 weeks also. And then let's put, where's it at? There's SPYs on this too. There's SPY. And that's 3 weeks there too, compared to this one over here. The pressure's on it. Talk to Robin and be a free beta tester for a couple months on that too. All right. Now from there, where do we go from there? Let's take a look at NQs. They may be bouncing today, just like the way S&P is. There's the futures contract right there. It's trying to bounce up, but it's also in a weekly sell. Oh, let me just show you platinum real quick with the gold. There's platinum. It's still climbing up, acting very strong. Looks like it's going to go in the weekly buy. So they're buying the undervalued, I guess, compared to gold, they're buying the undervalued metals. That's what's happening there. All right, what else is there? I guess that's about it. All right, traders, this is Doc. It's what, Friday, right? So we'll see you all Monday. Monday. So, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. See you Monday morning, same time, same channel. There's oil going out the door. You see right there. It's trying to get into a buy, and it's trying to close in a weekly sell. This is going to be very interesting. And let's see where the back month is. I know I've sung and gone, and I will just walk away into the sunset. Doing the same thing there, too. The back month December contract, and the daily is trying to lift up. Ta-ta for now.